Reverse side control, in my opinion, it's a position that maybe you saw when you started jiu-jitsu. It's like the classic one where you're here and then you mount. I don't think that many people use it anymore. They don't think about it that much. It's kind of like side control, maybe north-south and mount, right? Reverse side I use all the time. It's incredibly powerful and super important for passing because all passes end with some kind of a pin, and the different pins, you know, well, if you only have like just side control, then when you have an opportunity for reverse side or north-south, you can't take it. So you have to be good at all the different pin variations, okay? So what is a reverse side control, okay? So basically I'm here, again, I'm just using my chest, right? We're gonna go over here like this. Now from here, we could go to north-south. Here, I could go to reverse side, depending on the position. There's gonna be two main variations of reverse side. One is with my arm over his arm, and the other one is with my arm under the arm, like this. But the big thing here is to be really on the guy. Most people, when they imagine a reverse side control situation, they're usually on the floor like this, with their hip. And it's like this, right? And of course, now he can bridge and turn towards me. I don't have that much weight on him, right? So it feels weird to be here, but this is what it should be like. You see, I'm all the way up on him, right? So now, same idea. He tries to turn towards me. See, I'm like leaning here. Even like blocking this arm, you know, affects his shoulder. Does that make sense? If this is here, his shoulder is pinned in a sense, right? Because it's like a lever, right? So you see I'm like way out here like this. He turns towards me. Boom, he tries to turn away. I can pull the elbow up and sink my hip. You just learn to ride this, okay? A lot of different ways you can get here. One was just like that. Another one I use all the time to go to reverse side is I go here to like north, or actually, let's say we're inside. You ever have someone do this really annoying defense where they go here on your hip like this, right? So sometimes I just go over here like this and I come up to north-south. Now what I do is I come all the way around here. I'm gonna skip over this. You see? And this is the other version of the reverse side, right? So you guys don't have to worry so much about the setup. I just want you to get the feeling for it. But again, you see how I'm like on him, right? I'm not like on the floor, right? Like this. So this is really hard. This particular variation mixes with back takes. But as he tries to turn towards me, yeah. See, it's very hard because I'm leaning over. He tries to turn away, even harder, right? Very easy to come up here, come to mount, and I'm keeping the chest pressure when I go to mount. He can't escape mount with both shoulder blades on the mat, can't elbow escape, right? Yeah. Right? I'm here like this. See, if he somehow turns towards me a bunch, keep going, I'll let you keep going all the way up. He's just going to give up the back, and then it becomes chest to back, which is how back control works, and we'll talk about that later. But what I want for you guys, good up, is just getting a feeling for this sitting on him like this, not being on the floor, being up here, right? And then I usually use this hand to kind of monitor the legs, like bring your knee up or something, right? So I can push this down, feed this, and you'll kind of feel how you can easily just kick over and mount. Okay? Any questions?
John, do you keep the knees close to the floor? Do you keep that fairly close to the hip, or is that quite mobile?
This one?
The other one. So you're keeping that pinched in?
It kind of moves, this leg?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it just kind of moves around intuitively to keep balance, right? So it could depend on what they do, right? I'm just kind of floating it. I think I keep it kind of wide for base, right? And then I'm just kind of moving here, and then I'm like trying to push this guy down, push this guy down. Sometimes I get my shin here, that kind of blocks this leg out, you see, and then I could throw over there, things like that. And this is a hard thing to articulate because it is an intuition thing. It's very hard to teach intuition stuff because it's intuition. But like sometimes people, you know, like the question you ask, oh, do you like to keep your legs there or do you like to keep it there? I can't stress enough, like when I'm in the position, I have no idea. Like I'm just thinking, an analogy I use all the time, it's like if you try to open a door, right, you don't think about, you know how to open a door. If let's say you have a hot coffee in one hand and then like a grocery bag in the other, and then you have to open the door. You probably never trained for that, but I guess, right? But like you kind of like, you'll start using your elbow, right? Or imagine like you know, if I tell you to stand up, you just do it naturally. Then if I say stand up without using your left foot, you'll figure it out, right? You're like, okay, I'll just do it like, you know, you'll make it up. That's, when you get the big principle, that's kind of what it's like. If you just go, okay, keep the shoulder blades on the mat. That's all you got to think about. If you do that, your brain will, just like opening that door while holding a hot coffee, it will make up the right answer. And if you ever lost the position, it's because you let the shoulder blade up. right? If his shoulder blades stayed on the mat, even if you found a completely new way that I've never done, if both of his shoulder blades stayed on the mat the whole time, it's right. And I think that's a very liberating concept, because once you kind of think in terms of there is no right move, right? There may be 6 or 7 good choices. All of the good choices will keep the shoulder blades on the mat. So just try to be in the position, get this idea of being on the side like this, and just try to feel it out. If you feel like this is coming up and doing whatever is going to help, then do it. And you'll probably find it works, right? Make sense? All right, guys, let's give it a try. 1, 2, 3.